Hi folks, welcome back. I'm doing a really simple sketch in this art pen. Now, as far as inking's concerned, you don't necessarily have to really be concerned with it yet. You're young, just play around with gel pens, ballpoint pens. If you want to go look into an art store and see what kind of pens they have, there are all sorts of kinds. I mean, I have loads of different kinds of pens that I use with different kinds of tips and inks. But right now we're going to focus more on the coloring, so let's just go ahead and get this sketch finished. Now, I've been drawing these kind of characters for years, so I already kind of have a very good idea of placement of things. You guys, I would suggest, again, doing the sketches and working from there. Now, I'm working in some kind of perspectives and such. It's going to be very sketchy, but that's just because I'm doing this straight up without any planning. I always like to give characters long hair that goes over the eyebrows. It's just something I've always been doing. You can choose how your character's hair looks. It doesn't always have to be big anime hair. You can do somebody with short hair or no hair. It's a bowl cut, which is actually pretty common in anime still.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah.
Digimon second season?
Rock Lee.
Rock Lee.
So, I gave this guy a fairly bushy hairdo. I'm going to give him a collared t-shirt because most guys aren't too fashion conscious and they're pretty damn lazy with their clothes. Plus, t-shirts always have the best stuff on them. So this is a really quick sketch. There are all sorts of markers and such, but I'm going to go with color pencils. Now, you guys can go ahead and use just regular good old-fashioned Crayola color pencils, but I don't have any of those on me, so I'm going to use what I have at hand. Let's see. I'm going to start with, you know what, hold on. I'm not sure I really want to make this guy light-skinned.
Or bring your pencil.
Give me one moment, folks.
Kind of.
I'm going to go with a slightly darker tone here. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this color pencil and very lightly color in all the skin space.
No. Oscar.
So you do it softly, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to do it really hard right now, especially since it becomes harder and harder to put more colors on when you do it hard. Now I'm going to choose... you at home might want to practice using a lamp and with your model to see where shadows fall, but a good generic sort of shadow placement for a guy would just be like so.
Into the Jimmy Oliver?
Under the neck, around the chin, upper lip, definitely the nose. Some stuff around the eyes always helps. Ears. Yeah, under the neck is always kind of important. Showing the Adam's apple a little bit also does. Thank you. Alright, that's good for the skin. Let's see, there's a special coloring pencil I sometimes have on me. I'm just going to see if I have it with me. No, I do not, sadly. I would have had some pretty cool tricks to show you with that. But let me double check. No, it's there. I can use it. Now, regular color pencils don't have this, but this is called a blender color pencil. It's the material used to make the color pencil without any of the coloring. If you use that, it tends to smooth out and kind of make everything lighter too, so you got to be careful with it if you don't want things to be light. But it smooths out the color.
So it's kind of like the smudge tool in
Yeah, it's like a smudger.
It is a smudge tool, yes. This is
in real life.
a real life smudge tool for all you Photoshop aficionados out there.
Also like a smudger. Like when you're in the shower.
Let's see. What color should I make this guy's eyes?
orange.
Orange eyes, alright. A much less natural color than what I was going to go for. That's fine, it works too. I'm going to go with a very light yellow-orange and then kind of a darker orange. In fact, yep, vermilion. It's a good orange to go with. So, first I'm going to place down this kind of golden yellow. Really good trick to do with these sort of things. Start with a color that's even lighter. It helps everything just pop. A little shadow, just that little bit of yellow popping through. Just really get the orange on that side. Again, feel like you can get under. Again, if you don't have these, don't worry about it. All sorts of techniques you can use. Alright, he's an anime character, so he can have any color hair. What color hair should I make it, guys?
Another trick you can use is cotton to blend the colors.
Cotton?
Cotton.
I know that.
Just like smudge it on. It's kind of like
For home tip, apparently you can use cotton to smear color pencil. Thank you, Juan. Juan C. No, it's
One
CCG.
Juan CCG. Sorry. A lot of C's in there. I was trying to figure out.
That's cool.
Juan, everybody, go ahead and show yourself to the camera.
JCCG.
Okay, guys, seriously, what color should I make his hair? Green, blue, red, pink? Blue hair?
You always gotta have blue hair.
Alright, blue hair.
Make it Ray's color.
For...
Ray Ayanami. Everyone going to bed.
Not going to go with an Evangelion reference. I'm going to take a few color pencils here, different kinds of blues, because I'm going to try and choose things. I think I might want to go with this blue-green first. And since we're going with blue hair, I might want to bring up a little piece of information. You buy something called a color wheel, which shows placement colors on, as they relate to each other. There are colors opposite to one another, and when those colors are opposite to one another, they make each other pop out. So it happens, orange and blue are opposite each other on the color wheel, and abused like heck by Hollywood. Seriously, look at any movie poster that's an action movie poster. There's always one side orange and one side blue. Watch the Transformers movie. Everything's tinted red and blue, red and blue.
Just to tell you, once you notice orange and blue contrast, that destroys your viewership of any movie after.
It does. Did you recognize that already?
Yeah, I recognize every single time I watch a movie, orange and blue, orange and blue. My explosion.
Hence King of Fighters. Good guy. Orange flames. Bad guy. Purple flames.
That's a little different.
If it was yellow flame, I understand.
You guys can also get a color wheel online, because a lot of people who film, who edit color, they have to use a color wheel.
Online color wheels exist, so you don't have to buy one. Like suckers like myself who bought a color wheel, and all you have to do is Google Images color wheel.
Print them out just about any color printer.
Now, the benefit of doing this is it can really start looking a lot like hair since you've got all these contrasting lines. Now, around the top, I'm leaving some bigger gaps between the color I'm going over and now I'm closing this gap, keeping this area kind of open. The idea is to create a sheen, a kind of reflection off the hair.
Light glare.
Yes. The light glare, sometimes referred to as the highlights. Getting a little bit darker each time. This guy looks like some kind of mitten raver. Pardon me, guys. I'm going to need you to be a little bit quiet down there. Trying to keep this nice little gleam going, but still have strands going through, because sometimes the hair just doesn't get the shadows. One or two strands are shadowed by other ones getting light. Now I'm being really quick with this, and if I were going to take more time, I would feel it in a little better. One last dark blue to try and really get this into. Oh, I grabbed the purple. Oh, well, that works too.
I was wondering, like, why is it like purple?
Actually, it really helps things stand out a bit, actually, when I look at it. A few scribbly lines depending on your preference. Here is a bunch of random lines just going all in the same general direction. Made no mistake there, but that's fine. These are just examples. If you're going to do this at home, you're going to really want to take your time. These are all demonstrations. And even then, a guy like me is prepared with an eraser capable of handling the job. This is called a sand eraser, also called an ink eraser.
That's exactly what I did.
No, I know, but what I'm doing is
And it's strong enough, not entirely, but to do a pretty good job at erasing any color pencil marks. So if you're going to put it in the background, you can hide those old marks pretty easily. It's a sand eraser.
now you understand what it's
Blending tool again. Maybe grab a white color pencil and try and lighten things up. Gonna do a few what we call chibis or super deforms, just some goofy little facial expressions.
I drank it yesterday.
And I'm going to color those in too. Gonna do them quick with the pen. I'm going to flip this over.
I'm gonna get one, alright?
Oh, you got class?
Yeah.
One. Say bye to the camera, Juan. So I'm going to do what is normally referred to as super deforms, which is basically really cartoony, goofy, simplistic expressions. I'm going to do kind of a shocked and dismayed, eyes looking a little bit close together, kind of crossed, like basically someone right in front of this guy freaking him out.
Huh? Only the two of us.
Next one seems small because it's just a goofy little quick expression.
Close to it. Close to it. Yes.
Mouth, just big, wide expression. If you want, you can add teeth of some kind. I usually kind of draw them zigzag, straight zigzag. These little things here are basically, you can consider them to be sweat drops, tears, both, really depending on, the expression you're trying to convey. If you want them to be tears, you would want to do something like this that kind of displays these little teardrops on the side of the face. I'm going to go ahead and draw on some hair. You know what? I've decided that I want this character to be a girl, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some girly features.
You're going for yin though.
Yes. Yeah, drawing a lady right now. Earrings.
The lowest coming in.
An angry expression. This is kind of classic old school angry face from back in the 80s and 90s. Stuff that I grew up with. Even before I knew what anime was. Notice the face just basically becomes this little drooping ball almost.
Yeah, it's ready. It's just know that I divided it.
Kind of hair am I gonna do on this person? Spiky hair. I'm going to do a little blushing, embarrassed face. Turn to this side now. Now, common thing done in anime and manga for blushing, since it's usually in black and white when they're doing the comics, and it kind of translated over to the anime, are these little lines like this. Sometimes they're just straight up zigzags. They're supposed to be the blush going across the face. And sometimes the lines kind of go outward, kind of expressing this radiance of that blush. And give this character some thick eyebrows.
In this case, I reached up to, I multiplied it times 14, I reached 70. Well, that's what I needed. So I tried dividing this by okay.
Blushes can kind of go to the ears too.
Pretty much like doing this.
Color over those ears. Let's make these a little thick so you can still see them.
I know. It's like I got 5, so I got to 10.
That's another expression I could do.
1 would be 5.
Ooh, a grossed out face. Those are always fun.
All the way until I reached 14. Until I multiplied it times 14 times. 5 times 14 is 70.
Yeah. Oh, you can have 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Then say, what do you think 5?
This person's about to vomit.
That's what I'm saying.
So their cheeks are all big.
Well, I pretty much divided this.
Now, this is kind of like the blush. These lines going down are supposed to be kind of like a sickly color coming over the face. It's typically what it represents.
No, it's because I got it with the 3 point something.
Got the ears over here. Different kind of sickly faces that can be drawn. Here. All right. Now I'm going to do a little. I'm going to try and experiment with a color mix here to make a different skin tone. Since I'm using coloring pencils that can work. I'm going to lay out very lightly this sort of orangish yellow.
Okay, definitely didn't multiply.
I don't have all the colors that I would like to have on me, so I'm going to try and see if this works out in making a sort of light brownish skin tone. Give me a moment here. I'm going to take the lightest brown that I have and lightly go over that. I'm hoping that that kind of orangish yellow will lighten it up, kind of. Make sure that it's just not that straight brown. Much lighter brown. As a result of having that yellow at the bottom of it. It's brighter and more vibrant than if I just tried to use white. Try not to use white if you can help it. White colored pencils don't really help out very much. Now the yellow at the bottom of this is clearly coming out a lot stronger than I would have hoped. So I'm going to try and put the brown over it again. Trying to do brown this time.
I'm gonna get a
This is why you need to have the theory behind it. So you can figure the problem out. Why do you think I've been trying to think?
What are you talking about?
Probably should have used the peach color first, and then put the brown over that. Yeah, the yellow is starting to show up way too much on this. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab the brown for the shadows. Now I'm just choosing different skin tones here. Oh, it's kind of a reddish brown, but it works.
Yeah, he's a perv.
Yeah, I don't know if you can divide it.
You looked in an inappropriate place.
How do you divide it?
That's one possible way to make a skin tone, so I'm just going to make his hair.
Oh my god. If you put it that way, yeah, it's that one.
Mix of dark brown and black.
Well, I'm trying to
Laying down the dark brown. I'm going to lay down the black.
You know you can't divide it by.
Kind of makes it stand out. I'm going to make this little lady. And I think I'm going to make her somewhat light in skin tone.
CS 2.2? No. Wait.
A little stub of a neck, which
2.1?
should fit in there.
Dude, I hate doing these cameras.
Now, in drawing in black and white, this typically works for a blush. But I happen to have a color called blush pink on me. So I'm going to lay it down on this guy's face already. And I want to see how it looks on her without the lines. So I'm going to put the blush in, just kind of be sloppy with it, because hey, it's an anime blush, and those are big. Bigger than the face they're on. So that's there. I'm trying to add some shadows to this girl's face. By laying them nice and dark. And I think I want to make this girl a redhead. Because no matter what South Park says, gingers are cool.
That is correct. I thought that There you go.
Starting with kind of orange and then working my way up. Because some redheads are what you can refer to as a strawberry blonde or a carrot top. And they have very reddish orange hair. Kind of going for that look. Add a deep red shadows.
Divided by 3 equals 60. So 60. That's how I do it.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to teach you how to do it.
Okay.
So how do you do it?
Let's see. Put pink inside the mouth. You don't just have to add details like the tongue and other things when it's a super deformed, because it's just a basic expression you're trying to draw. It's all about what works for the expression's sake and not necessarily for the realism's sake. I'm going to give her a weird eye color, magenta. which for most of you boys out there, it's kind of a dark pink. Kind of like the way it looks. That's right. The dude who likes pink. What you gonna do? I'm gonna give this guy a more straight brown skin tone. Just most people with complexions this dark don't blush. At least can't see it very well. But this is anime and manga. So blushing just shows up on anyone whose attitude conveys that kind of thing. I'm going to give this guy green hair just because I can.
We're just connecting the dots.
That's right, brown skin and green hair. World of anime and manga is a weird place, people. Any combination works. Any combination at all. And as for sickly guy, like I said before, this kind of expression, either it's going to be kind of a green or a blue. I'm going to go with green. Light green on his skin. He's feeling ill. He's seen something that fundamentally disgusts him. Little circle here because his eyes are blue and they're not all freaky expression. And his hair color. Let's make this guy. Let's go with the skin first. Now he's feeling sick, so a very light color, something like a light yellow that goes with that green, really works to make him look sick. And his hair, let's make it a light purple. Just something that goes along with that green. Again, another opposite. And it really helps him look sickly. I feel like I just made a sick Trunks. And there we go. Those are just some tips you can go with. I will recommend to all of you drawing classes and how to draw books. Check them out anytime. And if you have any questions you might want answered in person, Santa Ana Public Library always has an artist on hand.